Hello friends, welcome to Ashford Kitchen. Before going to the video, I want to express my view on importance of healthy eating to save our heart. Nearly 620 million people living with the heart and circulatory disease, which is called cardiovascular disease or CVD around the world. Globally, 1 in 13 people live with CVD. In 2019, 290 million women and 260 million men have CVD. In 2021, nearly 21.2 million people died because of high blood pressure, poor diet, and high cholesterol. So if you manage healthy eating, we can address the global problem of high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which in turn give a very good healthy option for your heart. So I am trying to explain in this video a simple and practical procedure to give a practically possible way to remove a fat from certain meat like lamb. For example, lamb mince. So I'm going to demonstrate an easy and practical way to get almost a fat-free lamb mince. So you take a lamb mince in a pan, a spoon of oil, and fry it in a medium flame for 10 minutes until the color slowly changes from red to pale yellow. So if you see at the end of 10 minutes, the color should completely change from red to pale yellow. At this time, the lamb mince almost released all the unwanted fats and some unwanted liquids which we don't need to consume at all. So once at the end of 10 minutes, you can see clearly most of the fat is floating on the lamb mince, which is nothing but the trans fat or saturated fat, which I'm going to get rid of it by filtering. And also I'm going to show you approximately how much amount of the content has been released from the lamb mince. I'm carefully filtering in a container, in a scale, by putting a lid on the pan. So if you see the scale, nearly 100 grams of the unwanted stuff has been released from the lamb mince in 10 minutes of cooking at medium flame. See, it's 100 grams of unwanted stuff. If you see the container, you can clearly say two layers, the top layer and the bottom layer. The top layer is unwanted saturated trans fat. Why I'm saying is, the property of trans fat or the saturated fat is it always be solid at room temperature or below room temperature, and it will be liquid at bit elevated temperature. Whereas a good unsaturated fat, which contains number of double bonds more compared to the saturated fat, which loses a double bond and becomes solid at room temperature, that is the one which is a killer for the heart. So why I'm saying the top layer is a trans fat, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to keep this container in a fridge for 5 minutes, and I will show you if it's a trans fat, it has to be a solid, a heavy solid, which can be easily taken away from the bottom layer. That clearly demonstrates that this is an unwanted trans fat which you should not consume on any means. And also, this unwanted fat you can easily remove by a simple procedure which I am showing here. Is very practically easy. See, as I mentioned before, the top layer become completely a white solid. I'm going to use a spoon to scoop it to visually to demonstrate it's a solid. If you see, it is a white solid, which is a waxy white solid. If you consume this lamb mince without using this process, then basically this white solid is going to deposit in our arteries, which in turn increase your blood pressure. The high blood pressure is one of the main cause for the stroke, which you can easily avoid if you watchfully use these kind of precautions when cooking this kind of meats with full of fat. See, in my opinion, it's nearly 30 to 35 grams of the saturated fat from 500 grams of lamb mince, which is not a healthy option if you consume it without doing this simple process. So I thoroughly recommend this process if anyone want to cook this kind of meat, so that they can enjoy the meal with no problem at all. So in my next video, I just put how I make the lamb mince curry. But now, if you really want to use this process, please follow this. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more.